that can help you engage your customers and create sales success. He was a VP for a $10 billion medical supply company, and he worked worldwide with over 1,200 sales reps, leading his division from 60 million to 600 million in sales growth. Now he's a sales success coach, an international speaker, and he's most excited to be visiting our team today. Get ready for some energy, engagement, and fun.
Woo! Yeah. All right. So, good afternoon. Now, all right. So, how are we feeling? Happy Monday. Marvelous Monday to everybody right here. I am really excited to share some key strategies and tips with you all on how to engage your prospects or your clients and create sales success. But first I have a question. Raise your hand if you were paying attention to the previous slide and you can identify the one state that I missed during my travels. Raise your hand if you have a guess. Go ahead.
Montana?
No, that's incorrect. Another guess? I've been to 49 states.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, nope. Raise your hand. Nope. Maine, nope.
Illinois?
Somebody was really hot. Go ahead.
Illinois?
I heard a Dakota.
Dakota.
All right, I'm going with my friend over here from Pino's Palette. I come with gifts. These are coins of the world. They're chocolate coins of the world, actually from Holland. All right, so thank you so much. So to get our brains warmed up and to get everybody a little bit more comfortable with each other, I want to ask a question. Go ahead, please. I want you to go back in time here, okay? Take a deep breath and think about your childhood dream job, okay? And when we were going through the intros here, I wrote down a few people's names. So I'm going to call you and I want you to share with the group what your childhood dream job was, okay? Jill from State Farm? Go ahead, Jill. What was your childhood dream job?
It was to be a dance teacher.
A dance teacher. Okay, I like that.
It's my second job.
All right. How about Gail Rosen?
I actually wanted to be a CPA.
You wanted to be a CPA. Okay. All right. How about Jamie from Home to Suites in Hampton Inn?
I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Wow. Okay. And how about Amanda Woods? I was inspired by what you're doing. What was your dream job, Amanda?
My dream job, I really wanted to be a Pizza Hut waitress.
Really? A Pizza Hut waitress. Okay. So I now want you to raise your hand if you're currently living or working in your childhood dream job. Look around the room. Okay. For purposes of time, we got some. We're gonna advance. Put your hands down. I think you did. Now raise your hand if you are currently working or living in your adulthood dream job. Okay. How are we doing there? And Jen, tell us about your adulthood dream job. You love food. You love to eat. You marry the chef. It makes sense. Okay. Now, raise your hand if you're just not sure if you're in your dream job. Or maybe you're not sure what you want to do still. Is it too late? It's never too late, okay? It's never too late to find your passion. And I was driving back home yesterday to from an Oscars party in Northwest Indiana, and the gentleman that I was with was basically telling me he wants to go into real estate. He's been in the financial world for 25 years. And by the end of our drive back, he's sold. He woke up this morning, he's like, Steve, I got to get that real estate. I got to pass that test. It's not too late. It's never too late. Go ahead, Pam. We'll go a little faster. All right. So I want to share something with you all. My childhood dream job, does everybody see the board, was to be a weatherman, okay? I wanted to be a weatherman, yeah. But I was a really, really, really shy boy, and there was no way I was getting in front of the camera, okay? Now, think about your life, right? Lots of things happen in your life, good things, bad things, struggles, and great moments. You know, losing my first father at age 4 made it difficult on me. That made me especially shy, and creeping into my mom's bed once she fell asleep because I was scared every single night was what I remember. And waking up before my mom would wake up so she wouldn't catch me, I remember those things. So let me fast forward now to my teenage years or adult years.
I want to talk about number 2.
Yes.
Well, the class you urinated on you in 3rd grade.
Yeah, that was really warm and that wasn't so fun. Yeah, so it was tough, but this shapes who we are as people, and ultimately, I'm challenging you all. If you want something, you have to go after it. So 6 weeks out of college, I started working for a medical supply company, and I wanted to try sales. I didn't know anything about it. I dove into it, spent 20 years there. It was a large medical supply company. And then I started to study the art of sales and read the books and understand the different philosophies. So again, I'm challenging you all, if you want something, it's not too late to go after it. And there's a little picture of me and with my 2 sisters shortly after I lost my first father. So again, it's part of me bringing and sharing my story with you. Go ahead. All right, so 3 quick questions here, and I'll just ask the first one. Who thinks sales could be scary? Okay, right? Right, it has that stigma that it's scary and it makes you uncomfortable. So I'm here to share a little taste with you of a few things you can do. I'm not used to being in quicksand. So while you're eating your lunch, I'm going to share a little short story with all of you, okay? So think about this because it's really cold outside, okay? Now close your eyes. Let's think about this for a moment. Okay, it's a hot and humid night in August of 1999. We're at the Wrigley Field baseball stadium watching the Chicago Cubs play the Milwaukee Brewers, okay? My best friend Mark turns to me and he goes, "Man, Steve, it's a hot one tonight. You know those nights, ladies, where everything just sticks? Like your shirt's sticking to your back and your legs are like sticking to the seat?" It was that kind of night. Suddenly, a young gentleman who was a food vendor was walking the aisle and he whispered, "Peanuts, peanuts, peanuts." Wow, we thought, who is that guy? Is that the guy that's selling peanuts? Is that an engaging approach? We didn't know. We were wondering about that. So I'd like you to think about that for a moment, okay? When we're thinking about your business, okay, as a business owner, attracting potential prospects or clients, I say it's imperative to love what you do or love what you sell. And it's funny, I'm actually going to ask Jasmine about this. Jasmine with the Windy City Bulls, do you know that you actually helped my son Zachary with his 8th birthday party recently? And my ex Stacy? You were in charge of the birthday party. So what I want to ask you is, what do you love about what you do? Or how do you show that you love what you sell?
How do I show that?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really pretty excited on game days and excited to help everyone when they're there and out there and coordinating things. It's not just coming out of the game. I help them coordinate the fun things that come out of the game, like birthday parties and experiences. So.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. So thinking about, ladies, your world and your business and what's most important to you, how are you showing that you love what you do, or how are you showing you love what you sell? So there's a few different ways. I think Jasmine and I have the same philosophy with energy, enthusiasm, and passion. Now, that style may work for some and may not be natural to others, okay? So there's different ways you could do that. The next way you could do it is your frequency or your way of communicating. When I think about my friend Pam here, she's an incredible communicator. She always gets back to me, she gets back to everybody, and we sometimes kid about the people who don't communicate so well. That's another way to show that you love what you sell or showing passion, is the frequency or the way you communicate, okay? And then let's think about something like, is Teresa here from Prairie Center Arts? Teresa? Yeah? So when you think about Prairie Center Arts, how much do you know about Prairie Center Arts?
Well, I've been there for about 13 years, so I think I know it pretty well.
Okay, she thinks she knows it pretty well. So would you say it's fair to say you developed a competence and a comfort as far as what you're all about? Yeah. So that's the other way you could really show you love what you sell. Maybe it's all about the food, right, Jen? It's all about food. You are focusing on your competence, on your topic, and you're becoming a trusted resource for those people, okay? So the way I want to say it is this: if you love what you do, ladies, or you love what you sell, you are believing. And ultimately, you're getting your customer or your prospect to believe as well. But it has to be the way you do it, right? At Pinos, it has to be your authentic passion. Your style is going to be different than Julie's style, and Julie's style is different than Jackie's style. So you have to have that authentic passion that you share with your prospect. Okay, so this is the completion of the peanut story. There was a young gentleman who would stand at the northeast corner of the main gate. His name was Paul White, and he held a megaphone. And can anybody guess what Paul White said? Raise your hand if you have a really good guess. Go ahead.
Peanuts.
Okay, one more.
Peanuts. Get your peanuts here.
Go ahead, that's it. All right, you guys ready? I got the bag. I got the big bag. Peanuts. How could you not laugh? How could you not grab his bag of peanuts? This was the guy that engaged us from the beginning, and we stayed loyal to him for years. So again, his authentic passion and the way that he engaged us, we were seeking him out even before we entered the ballpark. All right, real quick here. So again, when you're loving what you're selling, you're an expert. You're immersing yourself in the world of your business. You're learning about your competition. You're basically becoming a magnet and attracting new clients and customers. On a simple level, think about a lemonade stand, right? And the young kids are at the lemonade stand. They're like, lemonade, it's freshly squeezed. It comes from Florida. They have all the details. They have all the competence. They have the passion, much like even at a car wash. You'll see people jumping up and down with signs. There's different ways to show that you love what you sell, and that's what ultimately attracts people. And then ladies, you're gonna love this one. This was last summer in downtown Arlington Heights. There's a new shoe store opened up, Tootsie Shoes, and this was the actual sign, looking for a part-time salesperson. Okay, must love shoes. Julie, what is that? Why did they say must love shoes? Any ideas?
If you love it, you can sell it.
What's that?
If you love it, you can sell it.
If you love it, you could sell it. Why else, Deepa?
Probably because they want them to wear really high heel shoes and model it around, and if they don't like shoes, they'll be hating it.
Exactly. So thinking about something like you're going in, you're looking for shoes, and the person you're working with has no interest in shoes, no interest in you, that's not loving what you sell. And that you could tell that right away, right, depending on what you're doing. So little...
I have shoes, and I would be excellent.
Yeah? Okay, you're hired. Okay. All right, go ahead, Pam. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward on this one. This, and I'm gonna actually, Julie, I'm gonna have you participate in this part. It'll be really quick. So as a salesperson or a business owner, a woman business owner, we have to capture the attention of our audience, okay? So why don't we just try the world famous pitch? You know what a pitch is? Let's just pitch something, right? Okay, so next slide. So Julie, if you don't mind, and this will be really easy, just start reading that. Use your name at the top where it says insert your name. I promise.
Hi, I'm Julie Sela from Cleaners R Us. We have $6 million in sales and have been in business for 12 years. We're ready. We're running a promotion right now on cleaning supplies. I can give you great pricing. Our mop handles are retractable and the mop heads smell
Stop.
like peppermint.
I like to interrupt that pitch. Great job, by the way. Thank you.
Okay.
I like to interrupt that pitch. So as a customer or a prospect, what are you thinking right now? Too long, too much, talking. This is the stigma that comes in from salespeople, right? The feature and benefit pitch. This means nothing until we know what's most important. Thank you, by the way. Okay, so when you're thinking about a pitch, right? Features, benefits, what is really the most ineffective piece of that pitch, Debbie? What do you think? Who is talking during that pitch? The entire time. And who's not talking? So we haven't uncovered any challenges, any problems, anything. Has anybody ever sold this way or anybody talked about their business this way? I have. We all make that mistake. Sometimes we talk too much. We go over 30 seconds. We do a lot of things like that. We oversell it, okay? So I say we're simply talking too much. Let's keep it simple and stop pitching so much. So here's my other tip. And this sounds simple, but are you going to do it? And then are you going to adhere to it and keep doing it? I want you to always be armed and ready with 2 open-ended questions. Sounds so simple, right? 2 open-ended questions to get your customers emotional. Okay, open-ended, we know. How was your lunch today? What's your favorite part of your lunch? Open-ended. Did you like your lunch? Closed-ended. That's the difference. One of the most famous open-ended questions, how does this make you feel? You see where I'm going with this. But ultimately, as we wrap up here, we have to have questions that trigger our customer or trigger our prospect so we find out what's most important to them. That'd be example in the Cleaners R Us scenario. Robert Plutchik was a professor and psychologist at the Albert Einstein School of Medicine. And he came up with this theory of emotion. Do you see these 8 emotions up here? These are the 8 core emotions. And really, these are the 8 core triggers for behavior. And found that literally, if you don't feel one of these, if you don't feel an emotion, you're not going to make a change, okay? So what I'd like to do here, this is kind of fun. This is my emotional ball right here. I won't work so well on camera. Next is this is how we're gonna finish. If I'm going to call your name out, or maybe I'll just work in this region here. It's a little dangerous. When you see the picture or the image on the board, I want you to tell me how it makes you feel. You ready? Okay, Deepa, right? So mint condition Ferrari. How does it make you feel?
Stylish.
Stylish. Okay. Jackie? Mint condition Ferrari? Fast. Okay, hit it. Okay, so it makes me feel energized. So think about it's all different kinds of emotion, but you want to be able to recognize that. We'll go do like maybe 1 or 2 more. Candy bar. Go ahead, Pino's palate. How's a candy bar make you feel?
Hungry.
Catch. Hungry? Okay. And pass it to your neighbor. Okay. Go ahead.
Anxious.
Okay, hold the ball. Go ahead, next. And then we'll do one more. I'll say satisfied. Okay? All right. And last one. Pass it to your neighbor. Coffee. How's coffee make you feel?
Awake.
Okay, what do you say?
Happy.
Happy? Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so ultimately, it's all about some kind of sensation, some kind of feeling, some kind of emotion. That's the key, and people are going to respond differently. So the purpose of that exercise was really on a simple level, okay? So here's what I want to say in concluding. Think about your services today or what you do. Is your customer currently buying from somebody today? They're buying from somebody today. Why the heck are they going to switch to you? They have to be emotional about it. There has to be a reason. They have to be upset because they're getting poor communication or bad service. Their pricing's going up. There has to be a reason. So you want to uncover that and get them emotional, okay? So you could be of value to them. So again, this is just a taste of a few tips that I work with, and I have a core group of 10 that can help people engage and create sales success. So thank you, ladies, for the opportunity. I have some extra chocolates for dessert, a couple bags I'll leave up front here, and a couple of my cards as well. So thank you so much. Thank you.